If you want to get more information about a domain or an IP address, you can use the WHOIS command. The WHOIS command can query things like a domain name or IP addresses, including IPv4 and IPv6. Essentially, it's a client that queries a WHOIS directory, and it also guesses which WHOIS server to ask. Otherwise, it will default to a set of WHOIS servers. Depending if you query a domain name or IP address, it will use different ones. So in this case, I'm going to run it with the verbose setting, and we're going to query google.com as a domain. So we run whois google.com. Let's go from top to bottom. In this case, we see the WHOIS server that is being used. In this case, a VeriSign server. When the domain has been updated, or here when it's been created in 1997, and the expiry date. Also things like the name server you can see, and that those are the details for google.com. Also you can see things like organizational things that have been registered for that, who's the registrant, where it's located. Yeah. Another thing we could do is query an IP address. And let's go with the Google public name server 8888. And here we can scroll up again. So we've been querying the IP address here. It shows up which WHOIS server it's using. And here then in the end you get all the network details. So for example, here in the second area, we can see that it has been assigned to Google, and also the size of the IP address space, as well as the organization it's been registered for, when it has been registered. And here you can also see all the details, which entity within the alphabet, aka Google company, has registered this to. And another thing we could also do is to do the same thing with an IPv6 address. Let me just copy one over quickly. So, and here we can see the same thing, but for example, with this IP address, it would reach out to a different WHOIS server. But again, we would see here details, what's the address space, which network name we have, and also which company entity has it registered to, been to. So in this case, it's a IP address that is owned by Google Ireland and not by Google, located in Mountain View. So have fun playing around with the WHOIS command, and see you soon.